for us, the target in this moment is to see the way we improve, to improve players. They are just asking me now about different things, but I said that no one from the club asked me to compete for the Premier League or to compete for Champions League spot. They just asked me to improve players, to improve the team.
When you are here in Chelsea, I think it's not about to ask for time. You need to deliver it from the day one. I think that is why how we are working now in the training ground is not to give too many time to the player to think, to spend time, to wasting time. It's about to deliver it from now.
Honestly, when you sign for Chelsea as a player or like me as a manager, it's absolutely right. You sign for the expectation to challenge for titles. You sign for the expectation to fight for titles. So that means Premier League, Champions League and all the cups. It's absolutely clear.
And also I think in this moment the target is a little bit to solve the economic problem in terms of the reason why we need to sell players and we need to do some things. So the main target in this moment is that we solve this kind of problems.
You said a little bit earlier about the club not giving you expectations of what to achieve. What is it that you actually want to achieve this season with the players, other than just general improvement?
Yeah, I want to see my team playing the way we want to play, compete every game. That this is the most important thing. Team that on the ball has a clear idea what they want. Off the ball, a very aggressive team. I think today, for some moment, we start to see our team in terms of we were pressing, and then in terms of squad, try to improve the players. I feel very lucky. I feel very happy. I said since day one that I think the squad is very good. And I feel lucky because there are many players that they are versatile. They can play in different positions. That is something that I really like. And then we see where we arrive. But the most important thing is to try to be better game after game.
Is it lucky that the club don't ask you to win the league or get Champions League position?
No, I think also I feel lucky because of the squad, because of the players. I don't feel lucky because the club didn't ask me to win the Premier League or to compete for Champions League spot. Also because I think that if you think about us, about a team that 3 years ago won the Champions League, okay, but also you have to think that in the last 2 years we finished 12, we finished 6, so now suddenly we want to win the Premier League or compete for Champions League spot. That is not reality.
Football is about today or yesterday. We cannot talk too much long term. We cannot tell the people that we need 6 months and to create something because, I think it's not good. We need to create the belief from the beginning, and I think we have players, and we are going to have a squad, a player that can deliver the job, can give what we expect, and from the day one we need to think into win.
So I think we can build something important through the time, month, year, and we can arrive again to compete for that competition.
So like that.
Yeah, I think you need the process. It's not that you can suddenly start to compete with this kind of team. I said that they are always there. I said many times. I think for me the difference between us and Arsenal and City in this moment is that City is working with the same manager 8-9 years. Arsenal is working with the same manager 4-5 years, and Chelsea is working with the same manager less than 2 months. So this is the big difference for me between us and them in this moment.
It's absolute nonsense.
How's Robert Sanchez been around training ground the last sort of week? I mean, he's coming for a lot of criticism, and you've always backed him in a very forthright way. But what's he like, kind of away from the pitch? What kind of?
No, Robert is okay. It's okay. It's just a matter of for me to understand that anything can happen. How many times? I don't know how many times Moy missed a pass during the season. Many times. How many times Nico missed a goal? Many times.
What? What the fuck?
How many times Noni missed a cross? Many times. And Robert did 4 mistakes during the season that we conceded a goal. But it's normal. It's part of the game. If you don't risk, if you don't play, you don't mistake. So for me, it's not any strange thing behind Robert mistake. So it's something that for me it's part of our job.
What did he say?
Captain Reece back in the squad to build fitness. We've seen him be quite varied under you. He's played left wing back, right centre back, inverting. But we've seen some of his best performances in blue when he overlaps as a right back. Now, is this something you still want to utilise with Reece James, or is it?
But I'm not a fan of fullback up and down. So our fullback like Malo Gusto, Reece James, Cucurella, the fullbacks that we have, we don't use them up and down. Probably the only one game that we play with the proper fullback was Palace 1, where we don't use fullback inverted for a reason. But I'm not fan of fullback up and down.
And just to touch on the different positions he's played, where do you think his best one is? I know he can play everywhere. But...
Everywhere.
Yeah.
He can play everywhere. I said, Joe, he asked me about Renato playing in 4 or 5 different positions. Reece James doing the same, Cucu doing the same, most of the players doing the same. I said since we started, if you remember, that for me, talk about position. For me, it's not today football. You have to be a football player, and you can play in different positions. But just to I'm fullback. I'm central defender. I'm midfielder. For me, it's not ready. For me now they are all football players, and you can teach them to play in different positions.
Perfect, thank you. We've seen 2 right backs, Reece and Gusto, this season play more a little bit on the left. Gusto a little bit more. He's been getting into more attacking positions, sometimes even as a 10, taking his shot outside of the box. What's your reasoning and thoughts of him sort of playing this role over a natural left back? And can we expect to see him stay in that role now Reece is back and can play in the right?
Yeah, the reason why it's all, first of all, because we think that with the Malo there, playing as a 10, we can create or cause problem to the opponent. And for sure he's doing fantastic. I said in the last press conference, Malo is helping us a lot in terms of process, because he's playing as a holding midfielder, he's playing in the pocket, he's playing, I think, for some moment like central defender. So it's like a little bit like Renato, some of them that they are playing in different positions. But for sure Malo is doing well, and he's going to continue that way.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Leave the football before the football leaves you.
No matter how many games we're gonna win, I think we are not ready to compete for the title, just because there are things that I think no matter how many games we're gonna win, we are not ready.
And so people say that one of the reasons that you can't compete for the title is because of your goalkeeper, but with the save you made from Nouman tonight, is that showing maybe different things?
Yeah, but if you remember, Bournemouth away, the penalty, Aston Villa Tom 1v1 away against Watkins, Nottingham Forest, at the end of the game the save, tonight the save. We are happy with Robert, and sometimes when we say things, again, you struggle to believe, but Robert is doing fantastic.
On my mother's life! On my mom's life! On my mom's life, he's playing against us!
What's the situation with Joe Felix? There's obviously stories about him and he might possibly leave. What's your take on that? Do you want to keep him here?
But I said, for sure, Joao is a Chelsea player. The problem, unfortunately, the problem with Joao, with Cristo, is that the manager play most of the games with one attacking midfielder, that is called Palmer, and doesn't like to play with attacking midfielder in most of the game. So this is the reason why probably in some way Joao and Cristo, they struggle a little bit to get minutes, not for any different reason, because both they are top player, both they are fantastic guy, they work well. And the reason why is only because most of the game I decide to play with one attacking midfielder in terms of balance, and so this is the reason why. I'm saying that I like both, but the reason why they struggle is because most of the time I play with the one attacking midfielder.
You said after the City match that when you press high you have to be brave, and that sometimes left your defenders 1v1 with Haaland, but you felt they dealt with it well. What was the philosophy going into that game, playing a sort of a high line and a mid-block? Because we've seen City previously been beaten with counter-attacks much easier. What was your thinking? behind the highlight?
No, the plan behind the game, as I said, I think in that kind of games you have to be brave. You have to accept. You have two ways for me. The one is that you drop and you give them 80% of possession and you just wait. That sometimes you can be lucky and you can win the game or you can get the draw. And the other way is try to be aggressive, to try to be brave. I think especially the second half, every time they try to play short from behind, we recover the ball, I think 90%. And 3 times they play long from Ederson to Haaland. 2 times they score, and 1 time they almost score with Marmoush, the shot from outside the box. It is what it is. You have to accept, you have to think that it can happen when they have Ederson that is good in long range, and Haaland that is top in that kind of ball. But as I said, it's decision that you have to take before the game, and I prefer always to see my team brave instead than to sit back and be there 90 minutes and just wait for something.
We lose everywhere. We can't beat anybody. We cannot let it continue. We are led by very, very stupid people. Very, very stupid people.